hello, I'm Isabelle.
And I'm Miriam, and we are the Divining Divas.
Welcome. So today we are going to read on how to let go of a job, career, or business. So how to recognize when it's time to change directions professionally and how to navigate this. So we're going to pull one card each to begin with.
So, how do you know? And a lot of times there's a lot of signs beforehand. So, the tarot is a useful tool just to give that confirmation, or you can have an astrological reading and know, but then it's like, oh, let's hold on. There's also this ambivalence that often happens.
Hmm. So I pulled the Three of Pentacles. So the number three talks about body, mind, and spirit. And the Three of Pentacles talks about um, uh, being patient and being okay with the small steps that get us to our larger goal. And so this card asks us to ask us if we're happy where we are, if we are feeling fulfilled, if we are feeling that we are contributing to this career, to this job, or to this enterprise that we've created. Am I contributing as much as as I feel I want to? Is my work appreciated if I'm, working, for clients or for a boss um, or a big enterprise? Am I being recognized for the hard work that I do? Um, and also, very important, am I being compensated? Am I being paid well enough for the work that I do? How do I value myself? How am I being valued?
Or the three is about also negotiating. And so what comes up for me with this question is and I keep hearing all this um, different stories of people who are aged out of their jobs,
Mhm.
or maybe it isn't giving satisfaction. And of course, there's that whole thing of like, do you have a family to support? Or even if you're only the sole person. So what I pulled the tower. So the tower is about like things just like when they're falling apart. So how are they falling apart? And this is where I think the tarot comes in handy because you can endure, or maybe you're, not really doing a good job because you can't, because it's not right anymore. So there's those steps of that kind of feeling where it's like it's everything is crumbling down. And I think what comes after the tarot is really important, because it's like what comes after it all falls apart is then things come up from the ashes, and to kind of like to trust that process, and to have a positive attitude about it, and and forgive yourself for when things do fall apart, and to try to recognize that this could be a time where things are really that they're going to be okay, or if you can recognize them, that then they're not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, and actually, I remember having a tower career moment many, many years ago before I decided to work for myself, that I was very, very miserable in a job. And I really was, kept saying this. And just, I was asking to be saved. And, shortly thereafter, I was laid off from that job. And so it was, the decision was made for me. And so So that's what happens. Either you make the decisions for yourself and you can feel that the tower is going to, everything will fall apart, and you take action towards that, or you decide that you'll let matters, take care of themselves, and they do, and they do. So
I had a similar moment too. And you know what? And it was scary, but I made it through, and I actually have a whole other life now. So
yes, it was a gift. It was a gift. So shall we pull another card for how do we deal with a transition like that from one career to the next, or one vocation, a career from a career to a vocation? Mhm. So I pulled the card of justice. Um, and in the most mundane terms, the card of justice says, if this is a legal matter, everything will come out very fair between all parties involved. But the card of justice also means peace, that things come into balance, that everything will be okay, to really trust yourself, to really, really slow down, to recognize, like, oh my goodness, I don't have to deal with this drama. I don't have to be involved in any situation again where I don't feel grounded, and I feel out of balance. So this is really about, what does it take? What do I need to be back in balance as far as my profession, my career, my enterprise is concerned? Oh.
so the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth. So that's like, go for the joy. So if you don't know and you keep going, I don't know, but ask for, what does it feel like? And what is it going to be where it's like comfort and abundance? And with so many people who are losing their jobs, um, and their careers, it's like, then a lot of times they seem to find something that's much more meaningful. So perhaps this card could be like, what's meaningful to you? What's going to give you comfort? And to go with that.
Mm, yes, and the Ten of Pentacles is also about not only wealth and financial wealth, but also a wealth of um, being really with the people that you belong with. So it's again, it's all about body, mind, and spirit. It brings us to, are we feeling whole? What makes me feel whole? And with whom do I feel whole? So
So for me, what comes out of the tower is something really positive.
mm,
And and to stay present with all of those feelings and thoughts. And
yeah, that there is, when we allow ourselves to be guided by or joy, or seeking joy, that we find it and it finds us. And that's all we need to do, just being willing to, or avail ourselves to that process and being guided. So thank you for listening, and please give us your comments, your questions, your thumbs up, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
thank you.
Mwah.